The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
One second from half court. Jumping for joy with
first ever.
Stop what you're doing. If your SBS broadcast looks blurry on your laptop or desktop, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon at the bottom right of your screen. Then click on quality. Click on the highest quality that's available for you. And number 3, wait for your laptop to load and enjoy the broadcast. If your broadcast looks blurry on your phone or tablet, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon located at the top right of your screen. Number 2, click on advanced. And number 3, click on the highest quality available. If you're still having issues, type in the live chat. Thanks and enjoy the game.
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy with
First ever.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede.
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks.
But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. But my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel for just a fraction of your...
1 second from half court! Jumping for joy.
First ever.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Joseph Snidoff. It's Glenbard East hosting Chicago-Curie. It is 6:55 p.m., which means it's about some time for some high school football. It's round one of Class 7A as the Rams look to go further than they did last year, Joe. They were in the quarterfinals. It was a stunner. They lost at home last November to Normal Community.
Oh, this is going to be a great game. The thing is, Curry, are they going to play D? Are they going to be able to hang in this contest?
Yeah, correct, yeah.
You know, because they're facing a Ram team that has a juggernaut of an offense.
Yeah, it's a Rams team led by Michael Nee, led by Amante Cook. We had Amante Cook in the pregame show, led by our field reporter, Anthony Collada. I don't know if Chicago-Curie can hang with Glenbard East. It's a long drive, Joe. Traffic. I-290 is no joke at 5 o'clock on a Friday. Here's the thing, though. You keep it close. The closer it is as we get closer to the fourth quarter, the pressure becomes on the higher seed and the home team Rams versus the away team Curie Condors.
Exactly. If the Condors can keep it close, stay within a score or two at the halftime, they'll start believing that they have a shot because they have some electricity as well on their offense. They got some nice offensive linemen, and they got Anthony Henry, you know what I mean, who's a power back. They have a nice hookup with Callaway and Markeith Taylor. You know, they have some weaponry of their own.
For Chicago-Curie, they have their quarterback in Dennis Callaway. He's just 5'10", Joe. Is that going to be problematic for him to to see above the offensive line?
You know what? They'll probably, Coach Harvey Lewis Bay will probably try to roll him out, try and give him some good looks, you know, because, you know, what happens, or this Ram defense doesn't get a lot of talk, too, because their offense is so special.
Final thoughts about the game. It's a Glenbard East team, 8-1. They only lost to West Aurora. That was back earlier in the season. It's a team that was in the quarterfinals last year. They lost here at home to Normal Community in the round of 8. I just don't see Chicago-Curie having enough offensively to compete with Michael Niamonte Cook and this excellent Rams team.
Yeah, it's going to be an uphill climb, that's for sure. You know, I think if Curry's going to hang in it might be a game of keep away, pal.
It might be one of those 13-10 games. I don't see a situation where Curie can hang 28 or more points on Glenbard East.
Trade out, slugging out points, exactly.
I think the final score is going to be East 35, Chicago-Curie 7. What do you think?
Yeah, I was just telling our camera guy on the pregame show that it's got that 46-14 feel to it. I don't know, but you can never count that Chicago public team out. They're playing with nothing to lose, man.
All right, so we're going to take a break. Starting lineups and the public address announcements coming up next here on the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better?
This high school
but soon they'll be in
gym
high school and facing all the same challenges you faced.
Not anymore.
How to make friends.
Do you know why?
How to fit in.
Because bad
how to be
behavior
cool.
by fans, especially
We want our
adults,
children to have
has
everything
caused a
they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy with
First ever.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Kyle Smith alongside Joe Snidoff. Joe, before we exit our pregame show and go into the play-by-play festivities and the national anthem, big thank you to Glenbard East having us out here today. This is a very good Glenbard East team. Can they advance past the quarterfinals, Joe?
They got a great shot because they're a tough team. As you mentioned, only one blemish on the season to the Blackhawks. You know what I mean? That's pretty good.
5 new starters on the offensive line, an entire new offensive line from last year. Does that factor into tonight's game? Now, they've had 9 games to learn this system, but if it's 5 new starters, you go up against a more experienced Chicago-Curie team on their offensive line.
Curry's got a couple of nice junior linebackers in Darius Townsell and Saquon Cummings, and then they got a stout defensive back in Gabriel Taylor.
All right, so we're going to take a break. National anthem coming up next. Yeah, I don't know why they're delaying that much, but you got. They do a really nice job, this marching band for the Rams. For Curry to win this game, Joe, get ahead, stay ahead. You can't be down 14-0, 21-0 to this Glenbard East team.
Oh, that's very well put. In terms of like hanging in, they're just going to have to power that football. I want to mention a couple of big offensive linemen. They have 2 seniors for the Condors, and Matt Martinez and Miles Jones. Watch out for those 2 guys as they go against a very stout Rams defensive line.
6'3", 280. That is not a small guy on the offensive and defensive line. It's not a huge roster.
I'm assuming he's playing one of the tackle positions.
Yeah, at that position. They're at 4959 South Archer, if you're not familiar with Curry High School. And Joe, I really like that they're called the Condors. Not that I don't like Wildcats and Lions and Bears. Oh, my.
Yeah.
But I do like when we have unique type of mascots, and that's definitely Curry High School.
Yeah, Condor, Ram. I mean, we're looking forward to it. I really want to see what happens. I'm excited about this. I don't know what chess match of either team is going to be able to do. I mean, we're all excited about that. We were mentioning that those 2 offensive linemen for Curry. Check out this 91 for Glenbard East, this Sam Walton, a defensive end. He's going to be really tough to stop. So this is going to be an interesting contest, to say the least.
6'4", 200 pounds for Walton. That's a big guy playing on both sides of the offensive and defensive lines, respectively. Text line's open tonight, by the way. Your favorite high school, college, or NFL member, you can text 330-957-7653. All FCC regulations do apply. Glenbard East in the black, white, and red. Curry in the white and red, and not exactly a sellout crowd on the visitor's side. We talked about it, I-290, I-88. It's no joke at 5 o'clock on a Friday.
Oh, yeah. Chicago, Archer, and Pulaski, forget about it, It's really tough, But they made it here, and like I said, they They are playing, I'm not going to say with house money. They started the year 0-3. Last year they were 0 for the season.
Yeah, 0
so,
for 9, yeah.
I mean, for them to get in, that's kind of the price you pay. You play against a really tough team on their home field. But I think Curie's up for the challenge.
I think they are. It's going to be East. They're going to be kicking off to the Condors. And this is a Condor team. They don't have to score right away, Joe, but a couple of first downs, get this Glenbard East defense a little bit tired, forcing in the substitutions and the rotations. Get them to think about it a little bit.
Yeah, I think you hit it right on the head there. If you're going to set the tone for the game, try and get a couple first downs and hang on to the football.
All right, so here we go. It's going to be a kick at the 5-yard line, picked up and past the 20-yard line. Condors will have it here at beautiful Glenbard East High School.
Yeah, nice return. It almost looked like it was going to hop out of bounds, but he did a nice job of just finding a little alley and getting some positive yardage on that special teamer.
So 11:55 on the clock. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 21. Condors in the white and blue, Rams in the black, white, and red. Got 79 yards to get a touchdown. It's a Condor team. Started the year 0-3, then they were 2-4. Finished the year on a 3-game winning streak coming into the round of 32.
And you could see big Miles Jones, number 77, right there outside on the O-line.
Try to get him to jump offside. Rams said, I don't think so, and it's going to be a tackle for a loss, not the start the Condors wanted.
No, Henry was bottled up. They want to try to establish that, Kyle, as best they can so that they could bring bring some of the linebackers up a little bit, see what happens.
So it's going to be 2nd and 11. That was a friendly spot, Joe. It sure looked like he was tackled at the 19.
Yeah, he got stonewalled. It was a nice job by the Ram front. So absolutely.
They say loss of 1, not 2. This is what we're going to see a lot out of Curie. They're going to have very long possessions. They're going to try to bleed the clock and make Glenbard East stop them on running plays. Jumbo set. Handoff off the right side. Nothing going for the Condor offense. 3rd and long.
I think he just got back to the line of scrimmage there.
See where they spot it.
Or lost one.
Lost a yard. So at the end of the day, it becomes at the 19. Just it took another play to get to the 19-yard line.
Coach John Walters and his group is like, you guys are not going to be able to run the ball tonight. You're going to have to come up with something different.
So 3rd and 12, ball at the 19, and here's the problem, Joe. When you can't run the ball, the play action becomes non-existent. They're not going to bite on it.
Absolutely. I mean, they're going to toss this one.
Obvious passing situation. This is where pass rushers love these type of situations. And might be a false start against the Condors.
Might be a timeout.
Wow. And, we'll stick with the action, Joe. That's something that I wanted to ask you. You only get 3 of them per half. I know you don't want to be in a 3rd and 17 situation, but when you call a timeout this early on in the game, how important are those 5 yards? I guess they are important, but now you only have 2 timeouts if it gets to a 2-minute drill. Might
have to look at a little bit on the flip side of things, too, whereas, we can't have a turnover here early on, too, So maybe the 4 wide receiver set was something with the defensive formation of the Rams showing that they're like, oh, boy, this might be a tough play where there could be a corner or a safety in the neighborhood. They want to make sure that there's no turnover here this early in the game. So it'll be 3rd and 12 at the 19. Timeout called by Chicago-Curie. They have 2 remaining. 4 wide receiver set. Pretty high snap. Clean pocket, looks downfield, picked off. And after all that, they call the timeout, and it's still an interception for the Rams. What did I just say? Right, They called the timeout for that not to happen, and it happened. That's the problem. It's an obvious passing situation, but you can't play hero ball, Joe. When it's not there, you throw it away, you roll outside the pocket.
try to make a play on the run. If it's not there, you throw it out of bounds. You throw it into traffic like that. Now you're giving Michael Nee and this excellent Rams offense even more confidence, if that was possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, oh boy, that's just not the that's not the way you want to start off. The playoffs on the road, like a loss of one, and a pick. See if they could hold them to 3.
Handoff off the right side. It's a jet sweep in space past the 20. And the open field tackle is indeed made. They're going to credit it. It's going to be to 17, Angel Galvin. And a nice gain early on for the Rams. They're thinking 6, definitely not 3 here.
Oh, absolutely. What a nice call, too, to get, everybody in motion, ready to go. Amonte Cook, let's get him cooking.
Right now, one in the backfield for this excellent Rams team. That's Anthony Zimmerman as he switches over to the left. Handoff up the middle. And it actually was Val Heredia. They don't even have to use Cook right now. Everybody's contributing for the Rams.
Yeah, that was, they stretched the field out with Cook, and then they go hammer time with Heredia up the gut. So they're making the Condors defend the whole field.
So it'll be 1st and goal at the 9. It just took 2 plays for them to get it inside the 10. It's an explosive offense. Handoff to Heredia. Eye in the goal line. Untouched. Touchdown Rams. 3-play drive after the interception. The start that the Rams wanted, and definitely not the start that the Condors wanted.
No. That was a huge hole for Heredia. Once he got into that second level, he was just in.
Yeah.
Big holes, big holes.
So it'll be the extra point. Nee will hold. Should be Ali Al-Sabeya, but they do have 2 kickers on this team. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is good. Extra kick is good by Ali Al-Sabeya. We'll take a break. It's 7-0 in favor of the Rams here on SBS/NFHS Network. Remember,
this is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
Nope, other way. 7-0 lead. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Joseph Snydoff. 7-0 lead, the pick. They lost 2 yards to the Condors on their first drive. Then they throw a pick, and then right down the field, Heredia and this Rams offense.
Yeah, this is going to be really a big series this early in the game for the Condors. They're going to have to try to establish something just to get a first down. Like we were saying a little bit in the pregame, are they going to be able to hang in there? If you're punting right away, it doesn't look like it.
High arching kick, and it's near the 15. Picked up at the 12. Here come the Condors, led by Taylor, and he's losing yardage. And, Joe, that's the problem of going east and west. If you're going to go east and west, you have to have lightning quick speed, because if you don't, a good team like the Rams, they're going to tackle you for a tackle for loss.
Yeah, Taylor was looking for an alley on the other side, on the Condor sideline, but the Rams special teams units, stayed in their lanes, and they got the job done.
What do you want to do here if you're the Condors on offense? Got to get a first down to at least give your defense a break.
It's imperative that they, hang on to the football here. They certainly don't want to be 3 and out, like you were calling it, partner. I mean, the D was just out there, albeit for 3 plays, but the 3 plays gained a lot of yards for the Rams. So let's give them a break.
And it's a stoppage by the back judge. Actually, no, that's the umpire. What's the oh, no. Oh, no. Illegal participation against the Condors. Joe, for people that aren't familiar with the illegal participation, what is that?
Oh, I mean, they can't have somebody coming off and somebody coming on. They got to have their personnel all set. And, you know, the refs are all on top of their game. Everybody's on top of their game this first round of the playoffs.
First and 15, spotted at the 10. Late handoff. Gets a couple of yards. Then on the pursuit are the Rams. They're going to have to get the ball downfield, Joe, but to do that, they got to establish the run to help out their play action.
Yeah, that draw really didn't. It almost looked like he was going to be able to bust it out a little bit, but that hole closed quickly.
Led by their quarterback in Dennis Callaway. He threw that pick, and Michael Nian Heredia scored to make it 7-0.
Yeah, and they're playing from behind the sticks.
Yeah.
You know, you're not even getting like second and shorts.
Second and 13. You don't have to pass it here, but you got to get chunk plays. Late handoff. Rams were not fooled. See, that's the problem, Joe. I like the idea of the misdirections, but when they're slow developing plays, you're asking a lot of your offensive line to keep run blocking for 2, 3, 4 seconds at a time.
Yeah, it just seems like this Curie offensive line is just having a tough task against the Rams' defensive front. They're getting beat. They're not being able to push them off the ball, Kyle.
They just can't sustain blocks.
Yeah, they can't. They're not pushing them off the ball. They're kind of getting manhandled.
Can't afford another interception. What do you want to do here? A late handoff and give your punter some room?
Boy, yeah, I agree with your call right there. Yeah, try and get something positive on the ground and then pooch it.
3rd and 19 at their own 6. They have not gained positive yards yet in this game. Pretty good snap, looking downfield. Callaway, high throw, picked off. Eye on the goal line. Pick 6, Rams. It's going to be credited Taryn Hatter, I believe. That's two. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just sitting behind that receiver, man. And once Callaway airmailed it, he cashed it in for 6. Disastrous start for the Condors.
How about that? He's not even listed as a linebacker on the depth chart, just listed as a running back. They put him at linebacker, and he gets the pick 6. That's all on Callaway, though. Bad throw, and it leads to a pick 6 the other way.
Yeah, they're spinning a little bit right here, and we'll see if after the PAT, if they can huddle up on the sideline and gather themselves.
13-0 already. Good snap. The hold is there, and the kick straight through the uprights. We'll take another break. It's 14-0 Rams early on in the first quarter here on NFHS Network. $14-0 lead. Well, Joe, Mama said there'd be days like this. Mama said, and 2 picks and a pick 6. You just got to find a way to fight your way through it. Fight the good fight if you're Callaway and try to start completing passes.
Boy, talk about digging yourself a hole. They really dug them one, and they're just going to have to just try and come up with something here because, you just don't want, if you're Curie, you don't want it to be a Rams runaway, but right now they look really strong on all areas.
Return near the 10. Here come the Condors on their return as they get to the 25, and then Rams able to pursue. Cameron Ducato plays both outside linebacker and middle linebacker for the Rams. Well, the first time all day they've gotten the ball past the 20. The problem is it was on a return, not with the quarterback and the running back.
Yeah, that was a good call right there. They need. We've been harping on this now for the past, 2 drives. They need something positive. And when I mean positive, I think they need like 3 or 4 yards, not 1.
Yeah. Do you want to do a quarterback keeper here? Maybe give your quarterback some confidence?
That's not a bad call.
Got to get the blocking up front, though. Unless he's got speed, that 4.8, 40-yard dash speed to get to the edge.
Yeah, well, they might be lining up here. Oh no. Boy.
Partner, I know they've already called one timeout. I think you might have to call another one, because if you give up another touchdown here to make it 21-0 on a pick six or 3 and out, they're already back 5 yards again.
Yeah, on the illegal participation. This is a daunting task for Callaway. And that Markeith Taylor is on an island one-on-one, but, they probably know that if he's their go-to guy, they got to shadow him close.
Might be 4-down territory if they can get it to 4th and 5 or less. Slow developing play. And the Rams are able to get to the quarterback quickly.
Oh, that was a heck of a call on the quarterback, like you said. That was a great call. I mean, Coach Lewis Bay was thinking along your lines, Kyle,
right.
but only there wasn't much room.
I was surprised with that because they've run shotgun most of their offensive sets. I would have liked him to get to the edge and hopefully have enough confidence in your right tackle. Maybe you do a pull play with your left tackle or left guard.
Yeah, I think the intent was there. Maybe he saw a hole and, that wasn't a very big hole.
They haven't been big tonight. 2nd and 15. He didn't even gain a yard. Callaway and the Condors going under center. Handoff off the right side. Daunting task for this offensive line. More losses of yardage. Starting to look like little giants the first half for the Giants offensive line.
It's just been the one thing that you're noticing about Glenbard East is all these Ram defenders, they're all in hot pursuit.
Yeah.
They're all, it's just everybody running, they just seem like they're right on top of their game.
3rd and 18, obvious passing situation. If you get 10 or more yards, I think you consider going for it. They're going to do a handoff, which I disagree with. Rams, they snuff it out well. 4th and long, got a punt. At least it's not a pick. Baby steps, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
I don't know if good's the right way to say it. It's better than an interception.
Yeah, Antonio Henry's he just couldn't find any room on any of the, they went left with Henry, they went right with Henry, and Henry, there wasn't much room.
A gap, B gap's not there. You're going to have to go C or D gap, maybe a pitch play, and hope to goodness that the linebackers can't tackle in the open field.
Yeah.
4th and 21. They lost 5 on the penalty and then 6 more offensively. I mean, they're having trouble getting the people in. Not a great punt. And it's going to hop towards Curie territory.
Left-footed punter, just kind of like a little drop and pop.
Yeah.
But let's see if they could hang with them.
We'll stick with the action. You don't have to use Cook here if you don't want to. It was working well with Heredia on the last drive. Maybe you just keep using him and you save Cook for the next round. Still got to win tonight, of course, but I think once it gets to 21-0, going to be a tough task for the Condors to come back from that.
Yeah, you might not show your whole hand. I agree with you there, Kyle. And you know what? Also, by running Heredia, you're probably getting that offensive line charged up too. That you want them going forward, and that's exactly what they're doing.
It's a Glenbard East team. They won that thriller with 2 seconds left against Willowbrook. That was the first game of the year. 8-1 coming in. Clean pocket for Knee. It's a quick pass to Renford, and then dropped. Well, you can't be perfect, right?
That was a bullet of a pass, too, by Knee. I mean, he had a little mustard on that one.
Get it out to your playmaker quickly and see what they can do in space. 2nd and long. And here's the thing. To go from a good team to a great team. You're up 14-0. Look, I know you want 6 to put this one away, up 21-0. But the 3 still helps. You're up 3 possessions, up 17-0. Try to get it to the 20-yard line. If you don't get the 6, help out your kicker to make it more of a manageable field goal.
It'll be an interesting call here.
2nd and 10, handoff. And close to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot forward progress. On the tackle for Curie, Antonio Henry. 3rd and 1, probably going to be a quarterback keeper here, although Glenbard East likes to run shotgun, so it's not as easy to gain 1 yard on a QB sneak as if you run I formation.
Right. I mean, it's just kind of a little handoff there, but this Ram offensive line is firing off the ball. They're firing off the ball hard.
1 in the backfield. See if Nee keeps it or if he hands off. You could also run an option play if you want. Handoff. Oh, drilled at the point of attack. But did he get positive yardage for the first? Looks like he's just short. Nice job.
Yeah, that guy shot the gap.
I believe that was 15 Tristan Burns. There's also 13 Marquis Taylor, who plays 3 different positions, including cornerback and free safety for Curie.
This is a big play. What if Curie gets a stop here?
4th and 2.
I think they're going to load the box.
Just need 2 yards for the first.
Oh.
I like the play call. That's the thing, too, partner. Why everything's working for East and nothing's working for the Condors. That should only be a 5-yard gain. They can't wrap him up at the point of attack, and he gets 3 more yards after catch.
You know, the other thing there is they gave him such a big cushion. I mean, it was just kind of like a catch and throw, pitch and throw. But they have to respect their speed, too.
Remember, that's the 5-yard rule, so you can have some contact within 5 yards as a cornerback, and then you have to let go.
I thought he would be up a little bit more on that play.
1st and 10 at the 11. The Rams are doing whatever they want offensively. QB sneak. And a flag on the play. See what they call it on. You know, partner, when I was growing up, we called it a sneak, but as I've done more play-by-play at the high school and college level, they call them quarterback keepers now.
Yeah.
Do we call them QB sneaks, QB dives, or QB keepers?
Keeper sneaker?
Keeper sneaker. Okay.
But that was a nice big hit by Marquis Taylor right there.
That's surprising, too. He didn't have much of a hole, so if it was holding, it must have been right when the ball was snapped.
Well, here's a chance for the Condors to kind of, as we alluded to, just stay in this one. Don't give up the tutty. Easier said than done.
It's a lot easier to be an armchair head coach than a regular head coach.
Right? Yeah, we're calling all the shots in the box here.
Darn you, Matt Eberflus. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? 1st and 20 at the Condor 21. They're going to split the wide receivers, 1 in the backfield. Clean pocket for Nee. He looks downfield to the end zone. Touchdown pass. I believe it was to Taryn Hatter. It's all Rams tonight. Actually, it's Amante Cook.
Nice throw by Nee. Found him in the corner of the end zone. Boy, it was hanging up there for a while.
Right.
I kind of thought maybe, Curie would be able to bat it down, but they're just very athletic, and when the ball's there, these receivers catch it.
Might see a new quarterback in the second half for the Rams. Good snap. The hold is there. The kick straight through the uprights. We stick with the action. 21-0 Rams. Oh, boy. Well, you know what? A Condor team, they're just happy to be here, really. They were 0-3. Then it was 2-4. They won 3 in a row just to get here. That's the problem, too, Joe. When you have to win so many games to survive and advance, eventually you tire yourself out in this type of game. It's survive and advance for both teams, but the Condors have been living on the edge for 3 straight weeks. Eventually, the human body can only last through so much.
Yeah, their defense was really good at the end of the season, Curie's, holding some opponents, to 6 points or less. What kind of quality opponents were they? Then you have Glenbard East, playing the opposition that they do. You could kind of see the difference in opposition.
It was impressive, though, on that 3-game winning streak. 2 of those 3 wins, they were shutouts. Then the other win was by they only gave up 12 points. So they played well in that 3-game winning streak. You're right. Who did you play? You make the analogy to the NFL. The Bears have 4 wins, but none of them are against winning teams. 2 of those wins are to teams that only have 1 win.
You know what? But then there's the other adage. You got to play who's on the schedule.
Yeah, correct.
You play who's on the schedule.
Looks like it's going to be Moises Velasquez to kick. And returned by the Condors. And fumbled. Ball loose. Condors should have it back, but the Rams are disagreeing with me.
Oh, this would be it. Oh, they just hung on to it. I was going to say mega disastrous if there's such a thing.
Catch with your hands, not your body. When you catch with the body, it bounces off the stomach and out on the turf.
Yeah, right off his pads, right off the top pads. Oh, let's see. I mean, they got to try and we've been talking about this Callaway or Henry or Marquise Taylor. You know, they got a nice size offensive line. They got to just find a little bit of running room, find some positive yardage.
Haven't gotten a first down yet. Haven't gotten a positive yard yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Handoff. Ball loose. Rams have it. Scoop and score. Touchdown, Rams. It's starting to unravel right now for the Condors. And Johnny on the spot. Touchdown, Stephen Fox.
Yeah, I think Fox just almost just kind of tore it away. I mean, everything is going all Glenbard East. Everything, every play is Ram. And it's not even close.
It happens, man. The 1941 championship game between the Commanders and the Bears won 73-0. Games like this happen. They're hard to explain, but they do happen.
Got another infraction against the Condors. You know who might be getting tired is the Rams kicker for kicking all the extra points.
Right, yeah. Glenbard East was thinking about it because you would get half to the goal. You could consider going for 2 at the 1-yard line, but I don't think they want to shove it in. Extra point is good. 28-0. We'll take a quick break. It's all Rams tonight on NFHS Network. $28-0, folks. It's not a misprint. A scoop and score, 2 interceptions. I always think of that playoff game. How about this for a stat? The longest touchdown pass in Super Bowl history is by Jake Delhomme, but he also has the records for most turnovers committed by a quarterback in a playoff game. Days like this happen. We can't explain it, but they do happen.
We're only in the first quarter, folks.
Yeah. Do you consider a quarterback change? Would that fix anything, or?
I don't even know. I mean, they're just looking for a spark.
That's the thing. Like, you're looking for a spark. You're bringing a quarterback. Maybe it changes things. Now they're fumbling that. That was a nice squib kick, by the way. And
this is where the East can probably try some things too.
You could put in the subs if you want. If they score a touchdown, you're still up 28-7.
I mean, even that kick right there. You know, you never know. You know, down the playoff line, if they get a deep run, they might have to bang it off somebody in the front, not being expected.
The sportsmanship for John Walters and Glenbard East has been excellent, too, by the way. It was illegal participation on the PAT. They could have put the ball at the 1 and tried to pound it in for 2. They didn't want to do that. They don't want to rub it in.
No. They're just playing a sound game so far, and Curie's just looking for, as we mentioned, just anything that would just kind of, get the sideline and their fans from Archer and Pulaski into the game, and a few cheers.
Not a huge visiting section tonight, and they haven't had a lot to cheer for. Slow developing play, and there we go. Positive yardage for the Condors.
Oh, Henry right there. A nice job, going to his left, and then it wasn't working there, so he was able to gain, 2-3 yards, and, there we said it, a little positivity.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 at the 31. Two in the backfield for the Condors. High snap, handoff to the edge. Getting close to the first down. First guy delivering the tackle is Jamin Wilson, as it'll be 3rd short coming up for Curie.
That was a really strong run by Darius Townsell. That was a strong run. He broke through a few tackles. Let's see if they can get this 3rd and short.
Third and 1 at the 38. And a timeout called on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. It's 28-0 Rams, as that does it for the quarter. Here on NFHS Network.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
$28-0 here in the second quarter. A scoop and score, a pick six, another interception. You turn the ball over 3 times. Glenbard East hasn't turned the ball over at all. That's why Glenbard East is up 4 scores.
All Rams. Let's see if the Condors can get this 3rd and a yard. It would be big for them.
Fakes the handoff, rolling outside the pocket. And a beautiful hit delivered by Taryn Hatter. It'll be 4th and short coming up for the Condors.
Yeah, he was trying to hit Gabriel Taylor, and then he just got popped. Because it would have been a first down for Taylor, but he just got rocked and he couldn't hang on to the football.
I think you go for it here. Right now, they're putting in new personnel as substitutions in as well for the Rams. I mean, you're already down 4 scores. Giving the ball back to the Rams at this point could be a fake as well for Curie.
Yeah, very interesting here. I thought for sure they would be going for it.
Oh, my goodness. No, you definitely not go for it.
I was just going to say, Kyle, yeah.
4th and 6.
It just seems like they're a little disorganized on the sideline in terms of personnel.
You wonder what they were working on in practice. You never want to blame the coaching staff, but when you have over 3 participation penalties.
You know, I mean, somebody's hurt, then somebody's got to fill in.
Pretty good punts. See if it takes a Condors hop, and it does. Yeah, 4th and 6, considering how your offense really hadn't done much in that first half.
Well, there's a little positive, a Condors hop, you know, and it does.
Right.
I was listening to you.
Yeah. First and 10, ball at their own 49. Knee on the handoff. Heredia with room to run. Going into contact, gets past the first down marker.
They're not only getting into the second level, Kyle, they're getting into the third level, and, you know, the fourth is pay dirt.
Certainly is.
Yeah, just an early Ram assault.
First and 10 at the Condors 38. Handoff, Heredia gets to the second level. Eyeing the goal line, and he's pushed out inside the 10. I mean, that might be one of Michael Knee's last snaps if they make it 35-0 here.
He's shifty, Heredia. You know, 5'9", 160 pounds. You know, a senior, has experience. They really have an idea on what they want to accomplish tonight, and that's just get ahead, score.
First and 10 at the 11. Probably going to run it with Heredia again. Michael Knee has not had to do much.
No, I mean, when that big Ram offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage, don't have to, right?
He does have that touchdown pass. Low snap to the end zone. He's wide open. Did he get a foot in? He did. Touchdown pass to Renford. 34-0. And I think the fat lady is starting to sing.
Yeah, her vocal cords were warmed up probably with the national anthem. Boy, oh boy, what a nice pass by Callaway, and what a nice grab by Renford.
It was Knee over to Renford. Callaway's on a...
It got you. Yeah, that's right.
We're hoping that Callaway can throw a touchdown
Yeah, he
pass.
would have liked that. Knee, excuse me.
Yeah, what do you want to do here if you're the Rams? Do you keep Knee in, or now that you're up 35-0, do you use the backup and get ready for next week?
I think Coach Walters is going to be very cognizant of not putting a lot on tape, resting these guys. They know they got a deep run hopefully in them.
The extra point is good. We'll talk about who will most likely be Glenbard East's next opponent, but for now we're going to take a break. It's 35-0 Rams here on NFHS Network.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
35-0 for Curie. Just hasn't been their night. Michael Knee's got 2 touchdown passes. We talked about how he hasn't had to do much, but when they ask him to do something, he puts the ball in the end zone.
They're firing on all cylinders. That's really all you can say. They got to be happy about the way they've been playing. And, for Curie, they probably knew in the back of their minds this might be coming. It's in the front of their minds now.
Got no one to blame but themselves. Way too many penalties. The illegal participation, that's something they got to work on. As that kick near the 10-yard line. Condors on their return. As it was returned by 19 and over to the 25-yard line. See if Glenbard East sticks with their starters on defense or if they keep putting in the subs. So this would be who Glenbard East plays next week. It'll either be Stevenson, they're the 9 seed. Glenbard East is the 8 seed.
Or Carl Sandburg.
I think Stevenson's going to take care of Sandburg, but crazier things have happened in the history of IHSA. So this is how it works. Higher seeds are not guaranteed a home game the next week unless the other team had a home game the previous week.
Exactly.
So because Stevenson is having a home game tonight, Glenbard East would be back here next Friday or Saturday for round 2.
Exactly, Kyle. Those Eagles from Sandburg, they're a feisty bunch though too.
This handoff off the left side. Partner, I know it's easy to say, oh, how come they can't pick up the blitz? Well, why are the Condors having trouble picking up the blitz?
Because the whole Ram team is in the backfield, you know. I mean, before, Curie can, I don't know, say Condor.
Yeah, and that's up to Callaway to read that. He's got an audible. If they're stacking the box, you run play action, and you try to get the ball downfield one-on-one. The 2nd and 12.
Yeah, it's been a very big mismatch so far.
You know, we talk about skill position players, and watching touchdowns, they're fun to watch, but when you get beat up in the trenches, you just have no chance. Positive gain, moving the pile. And might be a gain of 3.
Yeah, it makes it at least, it's not 3rd and behind the sticks, though, so maybe Curie's got that going for him.
It's 4-down territory regardless because you're down 35-0. I was kind of surprised they didn't go for it, but when it was on their last possession. But,
I know.
But at the same time, they lost the momentum from the illegal participation, made it 4th and 6.
I was just going to say that, partner. I thought with that 4th and 1, maybe get a first down, and no.
But they paid for it. They couldn't stop them on defense. Terrible snap. Handoff to the edge. Greeted by the Rams, and it wasn't a friendly greeting. 4th and long.
Antonio Henry, he's doing the best he can, but all he's doing is eluding Glenbard East tacklers. I mean, there's really no holes.
There's nobody coming off the other side on a pull play. There's no help from a fullback or a tight end to get him to the second level.
Exactly.
4th and 5. I think he would go for it, but they're in punt formation right now. I'm surprised by this. They can't stop him on defense, but they're going to punt. It's an okay one. Takes a Condor roll all the way to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, the only positive have been the Condor hop and the Condor roll.
Been few of them and in between. Well,
they're just kind of a little outnumbered too. I mean, let's just kind of call it like it is, like you were saying.
In the trenches.
Yeah.
They have size. That's not the problem. I think it's their footwork. They've got the weight. They've got the height. The footwork, though, it seems a little unbalanced tonight for the Condors.
I'm not so sure if Lewis Bay in the offensive line is used to this type of speed, too, that they're facing.
Right. You got guys that are 300 pounds, and they can run 4.9 40-yard dashes.
Yeah. I mean, the speed is a little different than those last 3 games that Curie played. Only giving up, like you said, the 6 and the 12 points.
They had 2 shutouts.
Yeah.
And they gave up 12 and got into the postseason, Class 8A. Glenbard East looking towards the next round. If Sandburg wins, they'd have to go to Sandburg. As this time it's the backup QB and Max Salick, so I was right. Looks like Michael Nee's day is done.
Yeah, Kyle, you called that. He really didn't have to do much. But you know what? The throws that he did make were accurate.
Yeah, you'd like him to put a little bit less air on that ball, the touchdown that made it 14-0.
Yeah, and then a nice pass to Redford.
Oh, that was a beautiful pass, yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, when the safety gets beat like he did on that passing play, Michael Nee has the opportunity to put more air underneath it because the wide receiver has 2 steps advantage on the safety.
For the most part, they've been wide open.
2nd and 4 at the 46. And if you're wondering, the Condors, if they want, they can opt for the running clock in the second half. Doesn't have to be 40 or 42-0.
They're at midfield, you know, but they're almost knocking on the door, even with their second stringers.
Well, they've had so many chunk plays. It goes from at the 50 to the 25 when they've used Heredia. So far, SBS player of the game. Props to him. John Walters saw the scouting report. He saw that they were probably going to beat them in the trenches. He didn't want to show too much of a Monte Cook tonight, so we put in Heredia, and Heredia, he stepped up to the table and got the job done. 1st and 10 at midfield, 1 in motion for the Rams, as that was 19, and a handoff off the left side. 19 is Mustafa Usmani, who plays both wide receiver and free safety.
I think it was Nate Miller on that carry, number 11, and you know, even the guy, whoever it is in the backfield for the Rams, is just being able to get some good runs, good solid runs, because the offensive line for Glenbard East has been dominating all night.
It's a lot easier to run when you've got a left guard or right guard in front of you. Fakes the handoff. Salick to the edge and near the sideline. Brought down inside the 40 as Max Salick, the senior 5'11" quarterback, doing some good things for the Rams.
Took a big hit there, too. He took on a few Condors.
You know, we all talk about QBs. They need to slide. They need to they need to go out of bounds. Not Max Salick. He looked like a fullback on that run.
Yeah, he was. He took a big hit, and I think we got an infraction.
Wow, this will be interesting. And for the Condors, it looks like this will be their last game of the season. Things to work on. Can't have the penalties. The turnovers are one thing. Those are going to happen. Turnovers happen. But the illegal participation, you have no chance to win a football game when you keep committing
You're just shooting yourself in the foot.
And early flag could be either false start or illegal shift. It's on the Condors. Lined up offside. I think of that famous Chiefs-Patriots AFC Championship game. Who was D. Ford that lined up offside?
Yeah.
Although if you saw it on replay, it was a little iffy.
I don't know if it was number 14, Aiden Mahaffey, or a couple of their big DTs in the middle. Might have been Mateo Acuna, big defensive tackle. Had that helmet over the ball.
Salick will roll outside the pocket. Here comes the pressure. Wide open man. Nice job getting separation in Henry Schendel. As Schendel and the Rams driving once again.
Yeah, a lot of time and a lot of room. And usually when you have both of those working, time and room, good things happen.
Right, that's something that Curie in the secondary have to realize. When the quarterback rolls to the right, it usually splits the field in half because you don't want your quarterback throwing across his body. So you need to know he's probably going to throw to the right, so let's cover the sideline, not get beat on the double move, and force the quarterback to throw across the middle.
And he was still wide.
Handoff up the middle. There are exceptions to the rule. I remember that famous playoff game, if you remember it, Packers-Lions, where Favre rolled to the left, and then he threw a bomb to Sterling Sharp.
Oh yeah,
to beat the Lions.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
it's kind of you don't really want to throw to the other side.
But when you have Brett Favre, I guess there's exceptions to the rule.
Right.
And it was interesting because they interviewed Sterling Sharp after the game, and he said he was dealing with a hamstring injury because he was a fast guy, so he couldn't run at full speed.
Yeah.
And because of that, he allowed himself to catch the ball. If he was at full speed, Sharp said he would have overran the ball, and the incredible play by Favre wouldn't have. It all worked out, right? Handoff up the middle, nothing but space. Nice job on the tackle. He didn't get beat. You read the hips, not the shakes, and he read the hips well and made the tackle.
Yeah, Nate Miller, nice run. He took a little shot at the end of it, but they've been opening up gigantic holes all night.
I think if you're the Condors, I think you stack the box with 8 and force Salick to run play action. That's working too, but.
Oh, it's 3rd and 1 here. I mean, I agree with you. Stack the box and just, take a shot. Like they did.
They ran the ball, and Salick did not opt out of it with an audible. 4th and 1. You could kick the field goal.
I think they might be leaving their unit out there. Try and pick up this. It's a long one.
For high school, yeah. Not so much
it's
at
a
college.
Short 2 or a long 1.
Right. If you kick the field goal, would you be rubbing it in on the scoreboard? I don't think so.
I don't know.
They're going to go for it. I agree. I think you do need to go for it here. Salick with time.
No.
And he dropped it. So the clock's going to stop at 1:48. The problem, though, too much separation off the line of scrimmage again. It's too easy a pitch and catches for whoever's playing quarterback for the Rams.
Pass was short by Salick, and the receiver, couldn't just jump right in.
Football.
The pass was a little. It was light and it was short.
Football's all about rhythm, right? When you don't have rhythm, you force a player to do something they're not comfortable with, and that's how incompletions can happen.
And how many reps is that tandem getting? In the week. It's probably knee and Cook. You know what I mean?
Right. Maybe for this week, Salick got more reps because Walters knew that this might be a possibility. Up 35-0 in the second quarter. Condors just looking for any kind of positive yardage.
Oh, they got a couple there with Henry.
And if you're Glenbard East, technically, if you wanted to, you could call timeouts, get the ball back. But I think that you've done enough scoring tonight on the Condors. And just let it go into halftime, up 35 points.
Yeah, they got to be very pleased on how they just handled themselves, not only on the field, but on the sideline. They were just pinpoint, personnel going in and off on time.
Right. They're not committing penalties. They know their substitutions. The Condors are having trouble with that. Handoff up the middle, as it was a nice run by Terrius Tonsell.
Yeah, Tonsell was spinning there. Boy, it would have been nice for Curie to have that going for a little while.
It'll be 1st and 10 as they place the ball at the 22. Sorry, the 27. I'd like to see a little bit of sense of urgency by this Condor offense. The game's pretty much over, but if you score a touchdown, anything could happen. Handoff again. And brought down. Decent tackle that time by the Rams, Abdul Maslah.
Yeah, Townsell, that was the biggest hole I've ever seen. That was very weird, unless... and now Glenbard East calls a timeout.
Glenbard East did, or Curie did? Because they said Curie.
It was Curie. Yes. Sorry, check that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think Glenbard East would want to give Curie a free timeout.
That's a context. Yeah, that would be a rub-in.
Yeah. So, well, partner, you run the 2-minute drill here. Problem is you're not getting enough pass protection. Do you want to run 2 tight end or even 3 tight end sets to give more pass protection for your quarterback? You got to get the ball to at least the 30 to even consider a field goal, but you're down 35-0, so the field goal really doesn't help you either.
Yeah, they're just, see if they could come up with some kind of razzle-dazzle play to even just get on the scoreboard and, have a little bit of life to them.
It can happen. The famous 35-3 game, Frank Reich and the Bills against the Oilers.
Seen it.
Happened a couple years ago where the Colts, they were up 33 points on the Vikings, 33-0. They blew that game. Play action, rolling outside the pocket. As there was not a lot of velocity on that pass. Read well by the Rams. And signaled dead by the ref. That'll be Curie's last time out of the half. You got 10.8 remaining, Joe. You could run a hook and ladder. You could run a Hail Mary. Regardless, you got to get to the end zone because you're way too far away for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, I mean, see what Coach Lewis Bay has in store here. Just, it might not even be a field goal or a score. It's just kind of like, let's end the half on a positive note.
The Hail Mary can be successful. Bear fans know that all too well on Sunday. But you got to give your quarterback time. Joe, you've been around football a long time. Do you like the idea of 4-man rushes or even a blitzing player?
That's really an interesting concept. Sometimes you just want to flood the backfield, where the ball's going to be thrown, or do you want to put heavy pressure on? So it's an interesting dynamic on whether you want to go 4 or just rush 3. I don't know. Sometimes having those 8 guys back there, odds are it's going to get batted down.
Right. The Bears went with 3, and it was talked about by Tony Romo that other teams should consider 4-man rushes or maybe 4 and a blitzer. It's an interesting way to do it. Usually Hail Mary defense is a 3-man rush, and then you bring 8 people back.
You would think 8 guys back there or somebody.
Rodgers, he's done not just 1 Hail Mary, he's completed 3 of them.
That's a deep drop.
It's going to be way short of the end zone. Stops the clock at 3.2, so you can run another play if you want, if you're the Condors. But that's the problem, partner.
Oh, and a holding.
So that would be a 10-second runoff, right? But they're going to say offsetting penalties? False start is definitely a 10-second runoff. At this point, even if it is a 10-second runoff, I think even the refs want the Condors to have one more play, see if they can have some positive energy going into halftime.
Yeah, well, I'm just excited, for the high school playoffs in general. It's going to be really interesting in all the brackets, 1 through 8, to see who, can advance and, bring home their school a state championship.
How about this, Joe? Naperville North is 7-2, and Naperville Central is 8-1. If they keep winning, they would play each other in the championship game. Down the field, and it's caught. But unfortunately, the Condors run out of time. But
yeah, that was to Markeith Taylor. That's his go-to guy. That was Callaway's go-to guy. Actually, Taylor had 3 touchdowns of 50-plus yards on the season.
So we'll take a quick break, and we'll give you some halftime analysis. You are watching IHSNetwork.com.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
One second from half court. Jumping for joy with
First ever.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
participate.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
One second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
35-0. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Joe Snyder. 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Sorry, 1 rushing touchdown, a scoop and score, and a pick 6. That's where we stand right now.
That's, as you mentioned, Kyle, it's just been all Glenbard East, been in total control of the contest. You know, it was kind of over before it started.
Yeah, when you put yourself in a position, 3rd and 12, and they called the timeout when it was 0-0, and then they still threw a pick after calling the timeout.
We talked about that.
You could just see the eyes widen from Condors, being like, this isn't our night.
Oh, wow.
Here comes
How
some
was
trickeration
that?
from the Rams. Stutter step, moving a beauty. Down the sideline. 1 man to beat. Amonte Cook. Touchdown run, and the Condor fans are not happy about it.
That was a lateral, and they wanted to try and get it to Cook, and wow, he found an alley and, just headed down the sideline for the score.
You know, the old adage is, Joe, do you want to show things on tape that now the other team can prep for next week? At the same time, you want to run it in a game because you get game reps and you start to feel confident.
I was going to say that too.
About running it later on in the season.
Right, yeah, you just get the feel of, the lights, the lateral, the field on the turf, run it in game speed, as you were mentioning.
But like I said, the Condor fans not happy about it. At the same time, you want the kids to be kids, let Glenbard East have fun. It's up to the Condors to tackle them, and they couldn't do it. They didn't stay within their gaps and their lanes, and the Rams made them pay.
Well, I'll tell you what, there was a lot of Cook, on punt returns and scores throughout the year, and we got a good glimpse on why. That guy can scoot.
So we'll stick with the action partner. That'll probably be running clock the rest of the night.
Anthony had Cook on the pregame, what I mean? Yeah. And, he was very adamant, in saying, I've got to be perfect at all times, and that was just a perfect return.
It was a nice play call. They had so much room to run. They actually had time to high-five each other between Cook and Lucas Freese.
Yeah. I saw that.
If you're Chicago-Curie, are you kind of mad at Glenbard East for doing that, already up 35-0?
I think it was a play, that they wanted to run. The Rams got to think about themselves, too. The competition's going to get a lot tougher, and there's probably going to be a situation where they're going to need Cook for a big return.
42-0 in favor of the Glenbard East Rams. Partner, we think about the biggest dominating performances in a postseason. Dan Marino's last game, do you remember what the final score was?
Not exactly. I mean, I've watched a lot of Dan, Marino highlights, and
his last game they got blown out. They played the Jaguars in the divisional round. Final score was 62-7. If it can happen to Dan Marino, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah. Was it Brunell at the helm for the Jags?
It was Brunell for the Jags. They had the big 3, Fred Taylor, Jimmy Smith, Mark Brunell.
Oh, yeah.
Forget who was their big left tackle. He's in the Hall of Fame. Tony Baselli was that left tackle.
Was it Tom Coughlin?
Yeah, Tom Coughlin was the head coach. Still,
we're really diving into the book here, pal.
Right, we're going.
Yeah, but that's good. Memory lane. I like that.
But like I said, if it can happen to Dan Marino, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, this was just a situation for Curie. This was the draw. And whoever they drew, it was going to be a tough assignment.
That's the problem. That's why you don't want to go 5-4, because if you go 5-4, you got to play an 8-1 or 9-0 team.
Yeah.
You get in, and the old adage is, get into the tournament, anything can happen. Yes, but it's against you.
Yeah. Odds are.
There are stories like the Steelers did it as a 6 seed, the Packers did it as a 6 seed, but they had Hall of Fame quarterbacks. High snap, little trickeration, and a tackle for a loss. They're trying. They're trying new things to gain yards, and Glenbard East, they're just up to the task and answering.
Yeah, they've spent a majority of the evening in the backfield. That was a nice try to mark Keith Taylor right there, but there was just no room to run.
You ever seen the movie Little Giants?
I've seen it.
You know, it's kind of one of those nights for the Condors where they gain a yard.
The uniforms are pretty close.
They are a little bit, yeah. And the Giants fans, the parents go crazy when they gain a yard. The ref says 2nd and 9. They gained a yard? They gained a yard. It's kind of that night for the Condors tonight. Uh-oh. Almost fumbled it. Now they're going backwards again.
It's Darius Townsell.
You know, you can't blame the skill position players that much, Joe. When you have no push up front, you're putting your skill position in a position where it's 1 on 11 every play.
Yeah, and this is a lot of the Ram backup defensive linemen, too, so it's just been a tall order for the group in Archer and Pulaski.
Does this intimidate Stevenson? By the way, they're up 10-0 on Sandburg. If that continues, it would be Stevenson here at Glenbard East High School next Friday or Saturday. Does it intimidate Stevenson at all to see that Glenbard East is doing it with starting defensive linemen and backup defensive linemen?
You know, I'm not so sure about that. I mean, you know, I don't even know if you could really watch game film from this particular contest, you know, because, you know, you want to kind of see what some of their other plays are versus fierce competition.
Yeah.
So it would be a tough game film to watch. I know Curry's not watching it.
What do you like? Do you like West Aurora's chances? They're the only team that beat Glenbard East this season. They're undefeated at 9-0.
Yeah, I mean, they're a tough squad. You know, 8A is loaded, you know. I got Lincoln Way East out by me, you know, and, you know, Colorado Avenue and that machine factory up there, and they're gonna make some noise.
Number 1 in the state, according to the Chicago Sun-Times, coming into the tournament. Do you think it could happen, though? Could we see Naperville North against Naperville Central in the, as that one's partially blocked? Returned and down the sideline.
I called some of those games, you know what I mean, with my old Jones Intercable days, you know. Jones Intercable Sports, you know. And they were, you know, the whole town of Naperville is just kind of together yet split up.
Yeah, but what do you think? So North is 7-2. They probably would have to beat Lincoln Way East to get to the finals, and they'd probably have to play them on the road. Remember, things change from round to round between home and away games. Could they do it? Could they beat Lincoln Way East? Naperville Central, 8-1. They have some tough teams as well, but according to the Sun-Times, they have North going to the quarters and Central getting to the semifinals.
Yeah, like you said, anything can happen here, you know.
That would be a sold-out crowd, wouldn't it be? Naperville Central against Naperville North for the Class 8A championship.
It would be up for grabs. I don't think they'd be hand-in-hand on the Riverwalk there, you know.
Do you like the championship game when it's held more at U of I or when it's held at NIU?
I think I'm a little partial because I did a lot of those U of I ones.
At Memorial Stadium?
Yeah, you know, when Wheaton Warrenville South was formerly Wheaton Central, and Donovan McNabb was at Mount Carmel.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there was some epic battles. But, you know, these student athletes have done a whale of a job all year. The football season is a grind, and whoever gets there deserves to be there.
Yeah, Salick doing a good job as the backup today. He is not afraid to go into contact at all.
No, we've seen that already. I mean, he took a shot in the first half, bounced up, you know, found an alley there, and he's almost kind of delivering the blow.
Yeah. That's what happens, right? You got to attack the offensive player. When you're on your back toes and your back foot, you're just going to get rolled over and you're going to fall down.
Yeah. I've been impressed with Salick.
You never know when you're going to need the backup quarterback. Kurt Warner started as a backup. He didn't finish his one, obviously, but he started as a backup.
Kurt Warner started bagging groceries, and he got in there and won a Super Bowl.
Was in the Arena League.
Yeah.
NFL Europe. Not a great snap. East continuing to do East things as they drive down the field inside the 15.
Little handoff to Miller there, and he took a little bit of a shot. But they got some good yardage. And they're knocking on the door again.
They sure are, partner. 42-0 if you're just joining us. It's all East tonight. everything's working. Not just offensively, by the way. They've got a scoop and score and a pick six in addition to another interception. Just not the Condors' night.
Definitely not.
But that was a good play. Just haven't had a lot of them tonight. And for Glenbard East, you already have 42-0. I doubt they're going to kick a field goal. They're just going to go for it.
That was a heck of a play, though, by Kendall Holliday. And sometimes, you know what, some players that are coming back for Curie might be getting in there, being in a state playoff game, you know what I mean, kind of making a play. It, you know, fuels their off season, so to speak, you know, and kind of garners a few other guys. Hey, we could kind of maybe have a good year next year and get past the first round.
This is an East team on a mission. They were here at home in the quarterfinals, and they lost to Normal. Had some troubles with turning the ball over. To the end zone, touchdown pass. They deliver it to Nathan Cudd. Max Salick on the heave. 48-0. If it was a fight, they would have stopped it by now.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of like a first round, first quarter TKO. And, you know, that was a nice pass by Salick to Rudd, who is coming back, by the way. He's a junior, 6 feet, 145 pounds, and he ran a nice route.
That's the thing, right? You have the cornerback go one way, you go the other, and you come back to the ball. Did a good job, did Cudd.
Yeah, it was a nice ball by Salick. That just goes to show you the depth on this Rams team, Kyle.
Yeah.
I mean, they just seem like, you know, they have solid second stringers and third stringers.
We'll stick with the action. It's 49-0. You know, we talked about it earlier in the broadcast. I'll say it one more time. Mama said there'd be days like this. Mama said, and
yeah.
49-0. It's going to happen in life. You're going to get some 49-0 beatings every now and then.
Strange days indeed. Most peculiar, Mama, you know.
I always think of the movie where that song came from. Well, I don't think it originated from the movie, but One Fine Day. That's what I remember from hearing that song.
Oh, it's a hit. Yeah. Yeah, it's been all Rams, you know, Curie. Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame. Could they stay in the game? And the answer to that was no.
Just turning the ball over. You can't win games turning the ball over. And three turnovers.
Right. Turning the ball over, not getting any push up front, penalties with the infractions, you know.
And the other thing about it is, too, and some people that are watching the game, well, why didn't they switch to 2 tight end, 3 tight end sets? You can't do that all the time because then it becomes obvious pass protection situations. You don't want the defense to know what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
You have to do it sometimes, but you have to play it because that's a live ball. He wanted to go out of bounds as it was returned by Saquon Cummings, the running back outside linebacker. He's a junior, 5'10", 180 pounds. 49-0.
Yeah, he'll be back next year for Curie, so at least he's touching the ball a little bit. Like they're just looking for anything to, you know, get on the bus for, you know, and just kind of go, hey, you know, we played one of the best teams around, and we had our heads handed to us, but you know what? We still kept giving an effort all the way through the game.
Whoever they play, I mean, if you're a Glenbard East player, do you want the harder matchup in Stevenson, or will you take Sandberg? You do have to go to Sandberg if Sandberg upsets Stevenson tonight.
Yeah. You know, the other thing, too, is sometimes you want a tough opponent in the first round so that you're tested a little bit.
Right.
Because all of a sudden, you know, that Stevenson, you know, Sandberg match, they're, you know, not the disparity isn't as great as this one. So they're going to be ready for some hard hitting. Is the Rams going to be ready for some hard hitting?
They didn't have to do a lot tonight. They dominated up front, but was the opponent up to their caliber?
Yeah, exactly. Great call, Kyle.
Oh, my goodness. They did a fake punt, and he got rewarded with a huge tackle. It's a physical game. Whether it's 0-0 or 49-0, you're still going to hit the opponent.
Yeah, they're finishing. You know what? Both teams are finishing strong here. You know, The score, yeah, it's lopsided. But you know what? You got to hand it to the student athletes on both sides. They respect the game of football, and they're doing their best.
Just a learning curve tonight for Curie.
Yeah, a big one.
Can't have illegal participation. That's something that's got to be worked on in the 7-on-7 drills in training camp. You got to know who's subbing for you. You got to know your rotation. You got to know who the guy you're subbing in for. That can't happen. The subbing in penalties.
Yeah, if you take a look at this, too, Curie, 0-6, 0 for the season, you know what I mean?
0 for 9 last season.
Correct, right, 0 for 9. Then all of a sudden they go to 5-4. So they are moving in the right direction.
Right. But if they're looking to get to that next level, you have to be almost perfect when you don't have the offensive line to compete in the trenches with Glenbard East.
Right.
You don't have to have a great offensive line, but you have to find ways to combat that. We think about why Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls. Did he always have the best offensive line? No, but he found ways to combat it with getting the ball out quickly, quickest release in the league, get it to your playmakers, and have your playmakers do special things in space.
True that. For a good majority, though, he was not touched.
Right. The offensive line would be there. He'd have Nate Solder and a couple other guys at left tackle. Same time, though, I believe
Nate Solder was, I think, a Colorado Buffalo.
Yeah, he was Colorado
Buffalo. I'm a big Colorado Ole Miss guy, so those are my 2 favorites in college football.
We'll take a break. That does it for the quarter. It's 49-0 in favor of the Rams.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
to play lacrosse at Hofstra. First and goal at the 9. 3 wide receivers, but they'll probably run the ball. Low snap, handoff. Here comes the pressure. And it was a huge hit delivered by Antonio Henry. That's the problem too, Joe. When you know that the opposition is going to run the ball, then you can stack the box. So Glenbard East is doing the right thing by not running the score up, but you also don't want to get your players hurt either.
Oh, we got a personal foul on Curie.
You know, just because it's 49-zip, if you cheat, you cheat. You know, you still got to call, unsportsmanlike or
you just, sometimes enough is enough, and you know what I mean? It just goes past the borderline of the rules, and,
you can't let them get away with it, because if you do, then it's just going to get worse and worse. But it does stink for Curie because now the ball keeps moving closer to the goal line. So it's going to be placed inside the 10 near the 6. Should be first and goal at the 6. Glenbard East, everything's worked. Running the ball, passing the football, special teams. They scored a special teams touchdown on a kickoff. Little pitch play to the left. Runs inside the 5 near the 1. They are excited on the sideline, are the Rams, as they can sense it. Another second-round trip. It's a Glenbard East team that's been to the postseason. This is their 7th straight year.
Well, they're all cheering for 49. But you know what? When you get into these depth charts, it's hard to find a guy.
They want him to score, partner. Should they run Wildcat and see if he can get to the end zone? And Salick trying to get the play off quickly, not get called for delay of game. They're going to split the wide receivers, 2 on each side, as Salick will run it himself. Well read by the D-line of the Condors. It's a learning curve for Curie. It's stuff they have to work on. If nobody's open, under 7 to go. Third and goal at the 2. Make it 4th down now.
I had to check with the PA guy. It's Garrick Hildebrand, number 49, and he must be a crowd favorite, a fan favorite.
Trying to get it to Hildebrand to make it 56-0. Redwell and the Condors do not allow Hildebrand to score. Well, if you wanted him to score, party, you could have run him on a screen, but I think Glenbard East had told the Condors we're not going to pass the ball anymore tonight.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? It's just the context of the game. You know what I mean? There's certain things that are just like, no, you don't do that.
You can't throw the ball when you're up 42 or 49-0.
No, it's just not a good look. Not a good look.
Under 6 to go. This should be the Condors' last possession of the season. Unless you score a touchdown to get an onside kick, score another touchdown, get another onside kick, get 3 more onside kicks in a row, then you're back in it.
Yeah, I'm going to get a lottery ticket then, too.
Stevenson now up 24-14 on Sandberg. It's been a barn burner at Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
Getting to the edge and knocked out of bounds. Clock will continue to roll since it's 49-0.
Yeah, little handoff to Saquon Cummings. He'll be returning. So maybe, Lewis Bay, Coach Bay is just kind of thinking, hey, I want to get some of the juniors, that are going to be coming back next year, a tote in a state playoff game on the road.
I was reading one of the Daily Herald / Shaw Local articles. They called Glenbard East unbeatable. We'll see how that translates to Class 8A as we move on in the postseason, but they looked unbeatable tonight. Are they going to look unbeatable next weekend? That's the question.
Yeah. Very impressive on all fronts.
In their own end zone, Callaway. He lofts it. Couldn't get separation.
And, there could have been a little something there, but the referee, too, is kind of like, no.
The other problem is they haven't called it all night. You got to be consistent as a ref. If you haven't called anything all night.
Yeah, let him play.
You've got to be certain that this is a different play than other plays that have happened all night.
Yeah, let him finish it. Let the players finish it. Exactly, Kyle.
You can call a balk, you can call pass interference, but it has to be different than something you've seen the rest of the game.
Right.
You can't change your calls midway through. It was 35-0 at halftime, now 49-0. They get some push up front, but not nearly enough for the first down. And see what Glenbard East wants to do. Are they going to try to force feed it to Hildebrand, or will they just take 3 knees? New personnel, some of the newest guys that we've seen all night.
Let's see what's going on here. Punt formation for the Condors.
4th and 7 at the 10. It's been a lot of punts. It's got to be at least 7. That was partially blocked. And this should go out of bounds, and it will. Sam Walton got in there on the punter.
He's a player.
Yes.
He's a good player. Talking to the athletic director, and he mentioned him that he gets in the backfield for tackles for loss, for quarterback sacks, for block punts. He just gets in there.
You wonder why the passing game wasn't there tonight for Curie. They got a couple of guys on this team who are athletes, and that's fine and good, but that doesn't necessarily equate to a West Coast offense putting points on the board. We saw it with Northwestern. Maybe remember when they had Kane Coulter?
Oh, sure.
He was an athlete, not really a quarterback, so Northwestern would struggle to score points.
Right.
So they'd run him in these interesting sets. They'd run option. They would do whatever they could to get him out in space.
Yeah.
And that would work when they play teams like Navy and Army, but when you're playing teams like Notre Dame or Michigan, where you got to score 28 points, it makes it tougher on teams like Northwestern or Curie High School.
Yeah, there's only so many things that you can do.
Eventually you got to do a 3-step drop, and you got to trust in your wide receivers to get separation.
Exactly.
And that's kind of the difference. You got athletes on Curie, but you've got football players or better players on Glenbard East, and they have guys that can pass the football, that can get downfield, wide receivers, and they're able to put points on the board, which is why they're 8-1 and Curie was 5-4 coming into this.
Yeah, and like you said, the difference in competition is kind of speaking loudly tonight.
It can happen. I'm interested to see what Whitney Young does in Class 7A. They're the number 1 overall seed. They finished the year 9-0. They're playing Kenwood tonight, and then if they win that, they play.
Kenwood is a very they're a very tough team. They're a tough Chicago public team.
They're 5-4. They have to go on the road to Whitney Young, and if they win,
I don't know if they're that tough.
Yeah. And then Whitney Young would host either Jacobs or Bradley Bourbonnais next week.
Oh wow. Bradley Bourbonnais, my son's alma mater.
There you go.
Oh, where he's teaching, excuse me. He went to Lincoln Way Central.
I was at one of the last games ever at Lincoln Way North.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
I think it was the last. No, it was the last regular season game.
And you were there?
Yeah, it was 2015. I think they were playing Lincoln Way West or something.
Oh, yeah.
That was a.
They're a tough team, too, over there on Gauger Road, the Warriors.
Yeah, it's...
a lot of good football out that way.
I'm rooting for Naperville North, Naperville Central in the title game, but if Naperville North has to play Lincoln Way East, I don't know if they have enough talent. They do have a quarterback in Jacob Bell. His first 2 games, he threw for 600 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're a solid program. Very solid program.
And Naperville North's quarterback, Jacob Bell's going to Ball State. But meanwhile, this game, 49-0. Tough day for Curie. They could not get on the scoreboard.
I think they're just going to take a knee right here, and they do.
Give credit to Curie. They did not allow Hildebrand to score. The Rams got it inside the 5, but Curie, they stand it tall. Look, they did not want to allow a guy that rarely plays to score a touchdown to make it 56-0.
Yeah.
They still played hard, even though the game was far, over.
Oh, these teams are lining up now. I mean, we had a sneaky feeling, you and I, that it might not be a contest, and it really wasn't a contest. But it was great to see both of these teams, both of these squads, the student athletes give everything they got. And it was nice to hook up with you on SBS TV.
Right, Joe. So any final thoughts? 49-0 win for Glenbard East. If the score continues at Lincolnshire Stevenson High School, they would play Stevenson back here on Friday night or Saturday afternoon.
I think it'll be a much tougher game.
One would hope so. So for our excellent crew, for Anthony Collada, Joseph Snyduff, and Kevin Macy, I'm Kyle Smith. Post-game show brought to you by NFHS Network coming up next.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
1 second from half court. Go!
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today. High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
One second from half court. Jumping for joy with
First ever.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
This is heart. This is pride. This is community. This is high school football.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
to more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Stop what you're doing. If your SBS broadcast looks blurry on your laptop or desktop, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon at the bottom right of your screen. Then click on Quality. Click on the highest quality that's available for you. And number 3, wait for your laptop to load and enjoy the broadcast. If your broadcast looks blurry on your phone or tablet, do the following steps. Number 1, click on the wheel icon located at the top right of your screen. Number 2, click on Advanced. And number 3, click on the highest quality available. If you're still having issues, type in the live chat. Thanks, and enjoy the game.
Okay, we are speeding. Okay, we are speeding.
Broadcast Solutions. I'm Kyle Smith, along with the SBS NFHS Network Player Show, brought to you by both NFHS Network and Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Kyle Smith, along with the SBS NFHS Network Player of the Game, Taryn Hatter. A 49-0 beat-down, dominating win over Chicago-Curie as Glenbard East advances to the second round. Taryn, from the opening kick, from the opening snap, when Curie went onto the field, you guys took it to him. What did you work on in practice to do that?
We found all their weaknesses, and we just worked hard with scout. We give a lot of testament to our scout. They work very hard in preparing us and getting the best look at what they do, and that helped us out to know what they're going to do. And when it happens in the field, we got it done.
Back-to-back interceptions on the first two possessions for Chicago-Curie. What did you guys see in the game film that you were able to manipulate it and force the QB into some tough spots outside the pocket?
We knew that they were a run-heavy team, and they haven't seen much of a defense like us. So we knew if we put pressure on the quarterback, they'll throw, mistake passes, and we came up and made the play. Be football players at the end of the day.
The lateral to make it 42-0 to Amonte Cook. Did you guys work on that in practice, or is that kind of a play that you haven't worked on a lot and you were hoping it would work well tonight?
I mean, we try and put in our coach's ear, to try that stuff. But, this is honestly our first time doing that. Kind of just threw that in today. So, just being football players at the end of the day.
Everything was working tonight, including the scoop and score. You're up 35-0 at half. You win 49-0. How confident do you feel in your next playoff matchup?
We feel very confident. Wins like these, they give us a lot of confidence, knowing that we're a good team, to play against any team that comes up and lines up against us. We're always going to be the tougher team.
2 touchdown passes from Michael Nee. Did he talk to you at all? Was he a little bit bored not having to play in the second half?
That's just Michael Nee. He always does that. He's always calm. He's a quiet guy. So, it's just what he does.
Final thoughts about the win tonight? You guys are that step closer to going back to the quarterfinals.
Yep. 24-hour mentality. Enjoy it for tonight, and then, up to the next opponent.
That's Taryn Hatter. That does it for our post-game show. So for everybody that worked tonight, thank you so much. Joseph Sadoff, Kevin Macy, Anthony Collada, I'm Kyle Smith. We'll see you next time on SBS.